Greetings, humans and animals alike. This is Total Fool Reacts. We're back in here with another reaction. We are revisiting a group called Gojira. This will be my third outing with these fellas or humans of any gender, I guess. I was told to check out the song The Way of All Flesh, and so that's what we're going to do today. I have not heard this song in my entire life. I'm seeing a very inaccurate depiction of the inner workings of the human body that may or may also be on fire at the time of posing for the image. But anyway, yes, Gojira, very popular group amongst people who like them. Okay, now we're going to carry on with the reaction. Okay, this is going to be my reaction to The Way of All Flesh by Gojira. Let's begin.
Will crumble away, disappear. We belong to the circle of all creation. We're cold deny ourselves, refuse to sell in its way. Protect our greatest fears.
I'm sorry to pause. I want to look up the ones I've already done because I cannot recall exactly. Where are we, Gojira? Gojira! Gojira! Where the heck are you, Gojira? I will cut all this. Perfect. All right, so I've done the songs. So with Gojira, I've done Satan is a Lawyer and The Gift of Guilt live at Brixton Academy. And from what I can gather, this song is not like either of those others. I mean, Satan is a Lawyer is very different, and I was told that that was kind of a weird one to jump into Gojira with. But that was the first request I got, and that this was kind of a more good starting point for these guys, maybe to see how they've evolved. But yes, very high energy. I just realized that this is a 17-minute song, so songs like this are tricky because we want to not allow too much of it to play at one time to try to avoid, copyright stuff on YouTube. But I also don't want to pause every 30 seconds for a 17-minute song. Especially because I'm not going to have that much to say. I don't need to talk that many times. So I'm going to do a lot of just playing and listening. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens on the YouTube front. With that being said, let's carry on with this reaction. All right, I'm going to pause again, sorry. Is this considered, what is it, Thal or Tall? I know there's a group, Vildchata is, I guess, the godfathers of that genre, or maybe the masters of that genre. But is this similar? Okay, help me out. What is like death metal versus speed metal versus Tall, for example? This is very chuggy, but that the double bass is insane. So does this qualify this as speed metal, or is that more if you also have more crazy guitar activity? This has been very chuggy so far, in the guitar front. Help me out. I don't know the difference between these. I know there's like screamcore and there's like all these other subgenres of the music, so I'm not versed enough to know what to call this. And is Gojira like versatile enough where they have songs in many types of genres? I mean, Satan is a Lawyer, again, sounded nothing like this. Help me out. I'm going to listen to more song now. All right, pausing again. My apologies, but I have to. You know, with groups like this or songs like this, I would say that, I mean, the vocalist is doing what he's doing. Not to take anything away from that, but from what I can tell, it's like the drummer is kind of the force, right? The drummer is the one that kind of steals the show for me in these types of songs, from what I've heard so far. The guitarists, or plural, I'm not sure how many they've got in this group, but a lot of, like I said, driving chuggy riffs, but when the drumming, we can have moments where it's just the guitar's going, but then the drummer hits for a couple measures or a measure. I don't know how long a measure is, but you know, they hit and it kicks it in, and they're going nuts in other sections. And I'm not sure, maybe there'll be a guitar solo or solos coming up. This is a lot of songs, so there's plenty of room for it, but the drummer seems to be the one that gets to play around the most. Is that accurate? Let's go on.
Collapsing one into the other. It feels as if you are being crushed by mountains. The light of this world has faded completely. The light of the next world has not yet appeared.
Yeah, the drummer's doing the most work, for sure, I would say. Was that some throat singing earlier? Like deep throat singing? No pun in, not to be dirty. But is that what that was? I just noticed that, I know this is not meant to be medically accurate, this image, but this gentleman has no bones in his or her fingers or toes. No collarbone, shoulder blades, and apparently the heart is on the outside of the rib cage. Let's carry on. Probably some big change coming soon. Watch people scream at me saying, "You idiot, you paused just before the change." Huh. Okay. So you guys know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. We're now silent. It's still playing. Is this the case where this is the song that closes out a record and the song is over, but we're waiting for several minutes of silence before we get to like a hidden track? Oh man, am I going to sit here for 10 minutes? I'm going to let this play. You're not going to hear much from me, but if nothing happens, I will just edit out the silence and cut to the end, if there's something at the end. Someone commented, I'm closing my headphones every time I listen to this because there is nothing I can listen to after this. Is that to say there's nothing else worth listening to? Mr. Commenter on this video, not mine. Yes, I'm reading a comment off of the Gojira video, not my own. 8.5 thousand likes, 624,000 views 9 years ago posted. Listenable Records. We don't make bold claims over here at Listenable Records. 734,000 subs on Gojira's official YouTube channel. Not that any of you care, or probably won't even hear this because I'm just sort of talking to myself, but I am currently at 1,020 subscribers. Thank you to all who have subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. I'm soaring. I'm beyond successful. I'm the epitome of YouTube success. Take a sip of my sparkling ice. I'm really going to sit here for another like 8 minutes. Whew. Yeah, 7 minutes, just about 7 minutes left. Did you guys like my yes-no dancing? It's my own move. I invented it. You guys can use it if you like. Next time you're out at the club. The club. Hoi, zoi, 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 ziza. Ba-da-dee-doo, ba-da-da-dee-doo, doo-doo-dee-doo-da-da-dee-doo. Ba-ba-da-doo, ba-da-dee-doo, da-da-da-dee-doo-doo. This is odd. Yeah, I guess I don't even have to stand here. I can't walk away. If I remove my headphones, I might miss something. Well, this must be off the album Fortitude, because I can see you can buy the Fortitude black vinyl off here. You can buy the Fortitude slip mat and the Fortitude CD. I'm not sure what a slip mat is. People all over the world, join hands and tell me what a slip mat is, because I would like to know. All right, while I'm waiting, I'm going to study this this image, this guy here a little more. So there's some sort of wavy, spiky action at the top of around the head there. All right, clearly we've got some other action here at the end of this track. We still have 4 minutes. I like this build-up here. I like the build-up of this so far. Sorry. It's odd. It sounds simple and busy at the same time. Obligatory pause concluded. I mean, if I play this whole thing, are you guys going to sit here and watch this? Or are you just going to jump to the end? We still have 2.25 minutes left of this. And again, I got to pause somewhat frequently. I mean, this is probably still going to get marked. But anyway, let's carry on. All right. That was The Way of the Flesh by Gojira. I'm not sure if those are two separate songs or that was one song with just a very odd giant split in the middle of silence. Again, I'll repeat, the drummer for this song is the one who did the most work and who stole the song away. You know, the drummer was the highlight of this song for me. Unless you count the second half. Then I'm sorry, drummer, but I got to give it to everyone else. I like that sort of atmospheric, whatever you call it, noise at the end. I like stuff like that. It's not too complex and it doesn't have to be insane, but it's just something nice and atmospheric. And yeah, this could very well be what just sort of closes out the album. Let me know. So this has been another Total Fool Reacts. I want to thank you for sticking with me to the end. If there's anything else by Gojira or anyone else that you would like for me to react to next, please leave it down in the comments section below. I will get to it when I get to it. Get off my back. I'm just one man.